Is Kashmir Shaivism really non-dual? At first sight, the answer seems obvious. Yes. It is often presented as one of the great traditions of non-duality, alongside Advaita Vedanta. But if we look more closely, the situation is more subtle, because non-dual means here not exactly what we might expect. The term non-dual translates the Sanskrit word advaya, not two, or non-dual. But not two does not necessarily mean that the world is an illusion or that only a formless absolute exists. In the context of Kashmir Shaivism or Shaiva non-dualism, non-duality means something more precise. It means that everything that appears is nothing other than consciousness itself, or rather, should I say, herself, because consciousness is the goddess. So, not outside it, not separate from it, but also it cannot be reduced to a mere illusion. It's not possible. This is not fair. This is not the case. And so here, this is where a comparison with Advaita Vedanta may be helpful. In classical Advaita, that is, in Kevala Advaita Vedanta, as it is known by its full name, or abstract non-duality, the ultimate reality, called Brahman, is often described as without qualities, like a big white page, without activity. This is very important. It has nothing to do with action. Consciousness has nothing to do with action. And so it is beyond all manifestation. It has nothing to do with anything, because everything is action, isn't it? So if the absolute has nothing to do with action, with any sort of action, well, it has nothing to do with nothing. And the world is then understood as Maya in the sense of an appearance without true reality. But in Kashmir Shaivism, the perspective is different. The absolute, often called Shiva or Ishvara, the Lord, is not only pure witness, powerless awareness. It's not something that is just purely passive in the background. It is also dynamic, creative, self-expressive. And it expresses itself in everything, as everything, including the mind and the thoughts. So the world is not something to be dismissed. It's not about becoming detached, vairagya, becoming someone viraga, someone who has no taste for anything. Rather, it is becoming purnaraga, having the full taste of everything. So the world is the expression of consciousness. It is the abhasa of prakasha. It is the light, the lightening up of the light that is consciousness. So here is one big point. So then, if the world is not an illusion, then is it non-dual? Yes, but it is a dynamic, a moving, lively non-duality. There are not two realities, consciousness and the world, one sacred, one profane, one absolute, one illusory. There is only one reality appearing freely as many. And this is the key word here to understand the message. Freely. Consciousness is free. Consciousness is alive. You could say she is a person. She is not some impersonal energy. She is a person in the sense that she freely chooses to manifest as all this. So difference is real, but not separation. Difference, diversity is real. Vaichitriya in Sanskrit, Vaichitriya is real because consciousness freely manifests as all this beautiful diversity. But bheda, separation, is not real. So multiplicity is real, this wonderful play of diversity, but not division. You see the difference between diversity, which is beautiful, and separation, which is really an illusion. But even this illusion is freely manifested by absolute divine consciousness. This is why some authors speak of a non-dualism of recognition or a non-dualism of the Lord, Ishvara Advaya. So it means that the point here is that consciousness is not passive, is not static, but is alive, personal. She is a person. She is God. She is the goddess. And she is alive as you and me in this very moment. So the aim is not to reject the world, but to recognize it as the manifestation of consciousness, as the shining of the light that we are. And so this has practical implications. If the world is not separate from consciousness, then experience itself becomes the field of recognition, becomes the theater of our spiritual awakening. Nothing needs be excluded. This is a big difference. What is required is not withdrawal or pratyahara in Sanskrit, like in the yoga of Patanjali. It is not withdrawal, it is not to retire into some faraway place, physical or spiritual, but a shift in understanding, or rather, a recognition. It is recognizing what is here, but is not yet recognized. So, is Kashmir Shaivism non-dual? Yes, it is, but not in the sense of denying the world. It is non-dual in the sense that everything is the expression of one and the same reality. A reality that is both still and dynamic, Shiva and Shakti, transcendent and fully present in experience. Some short texts express this vision in a very direct and condensed way. Among them, we find the Bodha-pañcadaśikā, 15 verses for Awakening by Abhinavagupta. It offers a series of verses, pointing toward this recognition. If you are interested, I will offer a small online workshop exploring this text in detail, and also some other workshops in the future. And that's it for today. Thank you for your attention, and let us recognize, dive, and immerse ourselves fully, our whole being, into this ocean of consciousness that is also bliss.